They say the quiet ones always notice everything. I guess that makes me guilty, because I noticed her, long before anyone else did. Stacy. She sat 2 rows ahead of me in our sociology class, always early, always quiet, always with that thoughtful expression like her mind was far away. Some days she looked like she hadn't slept. Her notes were way too neat, and she'd tap her pen against her page like it was keeping her grounded. She never noticed me. I mean, why would she? I was Liam, the background guy. Not shy exactly, but definitely not the kind of person who drew attention. I didn't play sports, I didn't party, I didn't wear flashy brands or post shirtless selfies online. But I saw things. I noticed people. And I really noticed Stacy. I noticed how she used to wear oversized sweaters that swallowed her frame. How she smiled only when she thought no one was watching. How her laugh, the rare times I heard it, sounded like a secret. I even noticed when she stopped showing up for a while. 2, maybe 3 weeks. No one else seemed to care, but I did. I'd walk into class and glance at her seat before I even took mine. Then one Monday she came back, and she was different. Completely different. Hair like a shampoo commercial. Clothes that screamed confidence. Lips fuller, cheekbones sharper, a figure that made every guy in the room snap their heads toward her. People whispered. Some even said her name like it was new to them. Stacy? Wait, is that her? I didn't recognize her at first either. But then she looked up just for a second, and I saw it. The same eyes. The same quiet pain behind the gloss and perfection. She sat down. Phones came out. A few guys approached her after class. Not me. I couldn't stop thinking about her, though. Not just the way she looked, though yeah, she was beautiful. But it felt like she had wrapped herself in someone else's skin, someone louder, more polished. Almost like she was playing a role and the old Stacy was gone. The next time I saw her, we got paired up for a class presentation. Total fluke. Looks like we're partners, I said, offering her a smile. She blinked at me like she couldn't place me at first. Right? Liam, right? My name. She remembered it. I smiled wider. We met at the library that weekend. She showed up in full glam, lashes, lip gloss, heels even, and I showed up in my usual hoodie and jeans. She looked like she belonged on a red carpet. I looked like I just rolled out of bed. Still, we talked, and I saw glimmers, real ones. When she got passionate about our topic, the pressure of social media on teen identity, her voice shifted, softer, realer. I asked her questions. She answered honestly. She even laughed once. Not the Instagram-ready kind, but a real laugh, unfiltered and dorky and beautiful. That was the moment I knew. The new Stacy was magnetic, but the old Stacy, she was magic. From that day, I found excuses to sit closer. I'd nod at her in the hallway, drop little compliments, not the flirty kind, just stuff like your take in class was smart, or you made that concept make sense. No one else was saying that stuff. They just saw the glow up, the baddie, the influencer. I saw her. Then came the night of that big campus influencer event. I was only there because I was helping my roommate DJ, and I honestly hated the vibe. Everyone was posing, recording, comparing who was wearing what, and then she walked in. Camera flashes, music dropped. People literally made way for her like she was royalty. Terry, Mr. Star quarterback, had his arm around her like she was a trophy. I saw him kiss her cheek, saw the way she smiled like she'd won something. But I also saw her eyes, tired, disconnected. I left early, didn't even say hi. That night, I sent her a message. Hey, just wanted to say you did amazing on your presentation today. I really liked what you said about finding your real voice. Hope you're resting after tonight. I didn't expect a reply. She sent one anyway. Thank you. That means more than you know. And from there, we just kept talking. Not every day, not always long convos, but consistent. Sometimes she'd send me screenshots of memes and ask if they were actually funny or just fake funny. Other times, she'd tell me random facts, like how she used to write poetry, or how her mom used to call her sunbeam when she was little. Once, she said, "Sometimes I feel like I changed too much, like I'm not even me anymore." I typed out a long message about how people evolve, and sometimes we lose ourselves in the process, but we can always come back. Then I deleted it and sent just this. I think the real you is still in there. I see her sometimes. She didn't reply that night, but the next day at class, she smiled at me, the same way she used to smile before everything changed, and that was enough. Weeks passed. I started noticing small shifts. She wore less makeup sometimes, posted fewer filtered pics. Once, she even came to class in joggers and a messy bun. I teased her for it. "Who are you, and what have you done with Stacy?" She laughed. "Don't get used to it." But I kind of hoped I would. One Friday afternoon, she asked if I wanted to grab coffee after class. We sat outside, talking for almost 2 hours. She told me how exhausting it was, always performing for the world. How Terry only cared when cameras were on. How she missed the days when she didn't have to post every meal or pose for every mirror. Then she looked at me and said, "Do you ever feel like you're not allowed to just be?" "All the time," I said. "But maybe the trick is finding people who let you be." She stared at me for a long time after that. A week later, she broke up with Terry. I heard about it through the grapevine. Campus gossip moves fast. Some said she got bored. Others said he cheated. But when I asked her directly, she shrugged. "He wasn't who I thought he was," she said. And maybe I wasn't either. She started posting different stuff. Goofy dance videos, selfies with her cat, messy room pics with captions like, "This is what success looks like. JK, I'm dying inside lol." And surprisingly, her followers loved it. She started growing even more. But this time, it was real. One night, we sat on the grass behind the science building, watching stars fade into city light. She leaned her head on my shoulder and whispered, "You knew me before." I nodded. "I liked you then." She turned her face to me. "Do you still like me now?" I looked at her. No makeup, hoodie too big, hair in a ponytail. "I like you more now," I said. She kissed me. It wasn't like a movie kiss. No music, no slow motion, just soft, honest, a little shaky. Perfect. We didn't post about it, didn't announce it. We just kept being us. Coffee dates, inside jokes, walking to class together. She still had her influencer life, but she let me into her real one too. The one with Netflix nights, ramen noodles, and her crying randomly over old birthday cards. And me? I was just Liam. Still quiet, still observant, still hopelessly in love with the girl who finally learned to love herself.